Hello and welcome to Bosch Powertools. So today we are having a new tool with us. This is GSR 185 Li. As we know, GSR stands for Professional Screwdriver. 185 because this works on an 18 volt cordless platform, and Li because it's a lithium ion battery, right? So this is the box that we have, which contains the tool. A solid hard box, good for transportation both to the workplace as well as to the work site. All right. Having a BeConnected sticker, so you can scan and find the genuinity and product details through the QR code here, right? As I said, a pretty solid box, so some details on the box as well, right here. So all the details of what is containing inside the box is given here. So it says it works on 18 volt platform, absolutely right. There is also mention of all the details in Hindi, so it's a dual language, so you can read both the languages. It's got two batteries inside, both 2 ampere hour batteries, and there is a charger in here. So that's the mention of what's inside the tool. So let's get into the unboxing and see what's inside the tool. Let's do the unboxing and see what's inside this box. All right, so here we go. So there I get. So first you get is a service center directory. Then you have a user manual for the tool, and then you have a user manual for the charger. Okay, so that's on the stationery that you get. So what you are getting inside the box is the tool. So the tool is coming with one battery, that's here. There is another battery, that's here, and then there is this charger. Okay, so now we have emptied the box. All right, so charger, battery, so dual batteries, which means that you can use it for longer hours, as one of them is getting charged, the other one can be in the use. So there is never your work is going to get interrupted because of want of batteries. All right, yeah. So here we have the tool, we're ready to go, and we'll talk more about the tool, of course. So as you can see here, there are two batteries, so one is already in the machine, the other one is getting charged. As it's getting charged, the green light is blinking, and when the battery is fully charged, the glow of the green light will be constant, so which means the battery is fully charged. So we keep this for charging. Let's see how long it takes to charge. Shouldn't take more than 90 minutes to charge this. Yep, right. So on the tool, the first impression, have a look at the tool. Looks very sturdy, looks very compact. For an 18 volt range screwdriver, all right, and the metal chuck is what is catching my attention. If you can see this, it's really solid, so which means that this is meant for all the heavy works that we want to do. If it's going to hit, or let's say on different parts of anything that we are working on, so the chuck is still going to be sturdy and tough, right? Yeah. So that's the first image that I get. Second thing is the light. You would see the light triggers on the moment I put it in the trigger. I press the trigger and it stays for a few seconds and then it switches off. Of course, that's to save the battery. The best thing is it's got a brushless motor, all right? And it's because of the brushless motor that we have been able to really squeeze the size. So the whole head length of this tool is 162 mm, which is super good, which means that it can get into all short spaces like this. All right, so that's a super good thing that we have in this class. I think that head length is one of the finest one that we have, right? Brushless motor, of course, it's going to give you a longer work life of the tool itself because there is no wear and tear parts. So that's why a brushless motor is always preferred, and that's the new technology that people are switching to. Coming on to the torque, we have different torque settings here for screwdriving. It starts from 1 and goes right up to 20, and this is the maximum. Okay, after that there is also a mode where you can switch to the drill, and that's the drill mode that we have. So which means you can only do drilling applications in wood and metal, right? There is a 2-speed gear given here. Okay, the gear 1 and gear 2. This is for working based on what you work on. If you're working on metal, highly suggested that you need to work on speed 1. If you're working on smaller diameters or let's say lighter screwdriving, speed 2 would perfectly work. All right, so that's about the tool, and here is the battery. So all the specs of the battery are given here. So this is a 18-volt battery, 2 ampere hour, and of course lithium ion. So that's pretty lightweight. Yeah. So as you can see in the tool, there are list of things that's given on this side of the sticker. Okay, there's also a QR code. Now this is part of BeConnected, so customers can scan this and register in BeConnected, right? Yeah. So there's something that we need to observe. We have something called as a tool status feedback, which means if this light, all right, if this light is blinking 3 times as you're working, okay, that means that the battery is low. It needs to go for a recharge, all right? But if you're not working and still the light glows 3 times, that means there is some problem in the tool. The tool needs to visit the service center. Clear? So this is what is called as a tool status feedback. All right. So this is a new system that we have introduced in the tool. So please be aware of the blink. Not this one. This is not what we call a proper blink that happens on the LED light that's over here. All right. That's about it. And there is an inbuilt system that's called electronic cell protection. This is to save the cells that's in the battery from overheating, over a deep discharge, and also overdrawing of the current. So the electronic cell protection is always there to take care of the battery so that you get a longer lifetime from the battery. So here we have a GSR 185, and we have fixed a wood spade bit onto this, and we're going to drill in a plywood. So this is 22 mm dia spade bit, and let's drill in the plywood and see what happens. Yeah. So we have GSR 185 with us, and we will see a metal drilling application with this. Okay, so let's start. Metal drill bit already fixed. So let's do a simple drilling application in wood. Have a wood drill bit, and we have the metal chuck out here as we see, and this metal chuck has got auto lock mechanism, which means that you just need to put in the drill bit and on, and just hold the chuck so that it starts doing the self tightening. That's it. So you see the drill bit has got perfectly locked in the chuck mechanism. That's it, and you can start working. So here we go. So let's do some screwdriving activity with our GSR 185. So I put the PH2 screwdriver head, and I have some screws over here. So let's try to work. So that's the tightening part. You can also take out the screws, change the direction of rotation, and then fix this in, and then it just comes out. So let's have some FAQs. Let's try to understand what are the things that we can do, what are we not supposed to do. So we have some FAQs that's already come from you. So let's try to read them out. So the first FAQ that it has is, how is GSR 185 different from the earlier version, right? Yeah. So the first and foremost is the length, the head length of the tool. So the head length of the tool is pretty compact. Okay, so that's the biggest thing that you will see when you physically compare this with the previous model that we had. So head length is pretty short, right? So that's one key thing that you have. Second thing is the chuck. Now this has got a metal chuck. So let me just give you a, you see it's got a metal sound coming. So this is a metal chuck that's in there. So that's the key feature that we have on number 2. And the third, the most key feature is it's a brushless motor. All right. So when we are saying it's a brushless motor, which means that the longevity of the motor is going to be much higher because it is a brushless motor. Okay. And that's the greatest thing that you will get from the tool, right? Yeah. So the second question that comes is the battery system that we have. So somebody is asking, can we use a 12-volt battery on this? Surely not, because the 12-volt batteries are in this kind of plug-in system, and the one that you have on 18 is actually the slide-in type. So certainly the batteries are not compatible between 18 volt and 12-volt ranges. So this is ruled out. The next question that's coming is, what's the difference between GSR 120 and GSR 185? A very good question. So let's try to understand that these are two ranges of cordless systems on which they work. GSR 12 or 120, as you may call it, so 12-volt battery system is for low intensity jobs, whereas the 18-volt ones are always for the high intensity jobs. So which means there is a regular work, there is a harder material, there is a bigger diameter that you need to work on. So it's always the 18-volt that you should pick up. All right. So this is something you need to do it very carefully, because both the tools would do similar jobs, but when it comes to the durability and the longevity of the tool, it is always preferred that you take GSR 185 or 18-volt series for long-lasting, durable, hard and tough work. All right. So you are the best judge to decide. So what is your nature of work, and based on that you need to do the selection of the tool and the work system as well. All right. So the next question that's coming up is, how is the brushless motor better in GSR 185? Brushless motor itself is the technology that's taking us to the next level. Why? Because in the brushless motor, as the name itself suggests, there are no carbon brushes in this. So which means there is no frictional element, there is no sparking element available, because of which the motor, the armature, the combination tends to work longer, okay, and the failure rates are drastically reduced. So with a brushless motor, you get a longevity of the motor is very high, and that's something that all our customers will appreciate and be happy about.